start it.
No, it's good. I got it.
Okay.
Hello. We're going to finish talking about Native Americans today. First, I wanted to tell you guys something. So, we live in an area where there were Native Americans. And did you know, Arlo, that there were some towns all around us that are Native American words? Did you know?
I have to bend down, look.
Poconos is the creek between two hills. Poconos is the mountains.
And those are in Pennsylvania, right there.
Wait, we're not ready for that yet.
Oh, okay.
And then Wissa means Catfish Creek. Puxatawny is the town of sandflies and mosquitoes. That's where you should learn. That's where you should move to.
Why?
Because it's the town of sandflies and mosquitoes. It sounds beautiful.
No.
And Manianc means the place of drinking, which I find very funny.
A bar called Manianc.
There's a whole town called Manianc outside Philly, and all there is a bunch of restaurants where you can have food.
Liquid.
And Lycoming, Pennsylvania, is the place of sand. So,
What about FIFA?
so this is the map of the United States of America.
The zoom.
And, okay.
That's cool.
So the fix that?
I can do it. Wait, dental? What?
Fix that? Come on, we're already on a minute. So the Native Americans lived throughout the United States of America. It was not called America then. It had an unknown name. It didn't have a name. And so I'm going to show you some of the things that Native Americans did in different parts of the United States, and different things that they did to how they lived. Some Native Americans lived in teepees.
And that was, may I show it? That was up here in this area. Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, all of these spots.
Okay, so the Northwest Coast, which is...
over here.
Just say the states.
Washington and Oregon and California, like Northern California.
These guys, look like they had boats, and they whale hunted because they went out to the sea, to the ocean. And they used every part of the whale. And look, their boats, they weren't very well protected. And all they had were big spears. Okay. Now, they also hunted for salmon, which is available in Washington State. And then look at what they're... Oh, look. See the totem poles? Miss Erin told us about totem poles. Arlo, do you know what Miss Erin said about the totem poles?
No.
The totem poles tell stories from the bottom up. So this is a way that they told stories. And look at these houses. These houses, yes?
They carved the totem poles into their houses. That way it looked like you were walking into a bear's mouth or something.
Oh, that's very interesting, son.
So, let's say I had a house and I'd carved a totem pole in front of it, and it was an eagle. The eagle's mouth would be open, and it would be like you're walking through the eagle.
Like that, right there. So, looks like they're fishing here, and it looks like it's warmer weather, and this is like a loom where you would weave. Look, I like the little grandma.
I thought those were all the fish.
Oh, are those the fish? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Those are the fish.
I don't know.
No, you're right. Those are the fish. They're drying out the fish. They're drying out the fish. The loom was on a different page. I just got confused. Now, in the Southwest, it's Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico.
Southwest is this area.
No, that's Texas.
Yeah, it's this area. Southern California. Oh, wait, what?
Okay.
Here?
So, some of these Native Americans were called Hopi, Hopi, which means peaceful ones. And their houses were very unique because they still, sometimes people would come and bother them and like want their land or try to steal things from them, other Native American tribes. So they built their houses up high. See how it's kind of like on a mountain? And look at the steps. And then there were no front doors. You see the ladders at the top? They would have holes in the roof and the ladders would go there. And then when somebody would come, they would take down the ladders and cover the roof, and then they couldn't get inside. So look, see how like that one's connected to that one, and so it was a type of community.
And
yes,
they could easily take that ladder down. That way, you would only be able to get onto the roof, not
right,
like through it.
Right. And remember, everything they made, everything they didn't go to like Target or Home Depot. None of that existed.
And
now in the Southwest,
excuse me.
Wait, hold on.
I have an interesting fact.
Wait, hold on. In the Southwest, there was not a lot of rain. So, what the Native Americans did was they did a rain dance every year. And look, they danced to pray for rain. And this guy danced with a snake in his mouth. Oh, I wouldn't want to do that. Now, what were you going to say?
The Hopi people lived on mesas and they're flat mountains. And in Spanish, mesa means table.
That's right. Now, here we are back to the teepees, and it looks like they took wood from trees and they built it. And you see how it's connected here, so it would stand. And they put it into the ground, and it looked like they were pretty long. And then the covering was usually made out of animal skin, probably buffalo, because that's what they would hunt. And look at how they carried the baby in like a little backpack. Is that not the cutest little thing? Look at that little baby. Baby. Look at the baby. Somebody's been watching too much TV. Now look. They were very thankful for the buffalo. Look, this is a Native American drum with feathers. And I don't see a headdress like Miss Erin was teaching us about. And then they played with hair from the buffalo, and they even used the teeth. And there's the bebe. And look, this is how, looks like they were cooking something, no?
They had to be careful because they didn't have, they couldn't just press a button or turn something
for the
stove to turn on. So they had to make sure that they weren't wasting anything and be careful about how they cooked it because there are no timers.
And it looks like here, this grandma, I'm assuming she's a grandma, is telling a story. And she's using, what is that, Arlo? I can't say. Like a stick?
Yeah, drawing.
To draw on the stick, and they're drawing on the skin. It's dried out. Now the woodlands, that's like
That's
Delaware. So this is kind of what the Native Americans in Delaware lived in a hut like this.
It's called a longhouse. I've been inside one. Not a real one, but I have been inside one.
And they have spears too. And it looks like it protected them from the snow. Right? And they would hunt deer. They would use a bow and arrow. Some people still do hunt deer this way. There's beautiful trees. And see, look how he was wearing fur from the deer.
To make it creep up on the deer.
To creep up on the deer. Because that's how they had to survive. So, some woodland people, like the Seminole, lived farther south. So they kind of lived in Florida. And you can tell, look at their hut. Look at their house. That's more for like a Florida type weather because it's open air. That doesn't really get cold there. And there are their bowls that they made out of pottery. This is called a canoe. Right?
And, before people, I don't know, what did they do to the swamps in Florida? Drain them, right?
I don't think we're getting into that. Wait, there was one more thing I wanted to tell you.
Swamps, and that's why they needed the canoe to travel.
Wait, where's the woman with the loom?
You mean what loom?
Ah, here she is. Remember I was telling you guys, so look. So this is called the loom, and it's called weaving. And so this is it's like a machine, and this would come down, and she would put this thing through, and then put it in. And they would dye, very good, Arlo, they would dye the fabric with different berries or different things they found in the land. Everything came from the land. And so in order to take from the land, you had to replenish the land. And so that's why it was like a circle of life. Right?
there is let's say I went hunting. Oh, we're at 10 minutes.
Okay, so hurry up.
No, never mind.
Okay.
This is long.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this week of Native Americans. We'll see you next week for Thanksgiving.